Nice little package here from Northern Brewer. Let's see what's in here. Not very interesting. They always give me one of these catalogs, but I shop online. I wish they'd stop doing that. What's back here? Oh, yeast. Windsor. Alrighty. And brown ale. Caribou Slobber Extract Kit. Guess you can look that up online if you're interested in it. Maybe I'll do a video when I make it. Let's get this closed again. And inside here is what's interesting. Let's see if I can get this open. Draft Beer Bright. And it is a filter housing. Showed you one of those on a previous video. Got one of these is a 5 micron filter. One of them is a 1 micron filter. And then we have all of the equipment used to hook this beer filter up. So that makes me a little bit happy. Finally arrived. Okay, this is the 4th video in my weight loss series, which I'm using just to keep me on track. That way, if I ever quit and stop doing the weight loss, I'll look like a complete and total tit. This video is going to be very short. I just want to tell you about a website called The Hacker's Diet. The Hacker's Diet is a website called, well, it's The Hacker's Diet, How to Lose Weight and Hair Through Stress and Poor Nutrition. It's how many, many years ago, probably 20 years ago, maybe a little bit more, I learned how to lose weight. Let's say a week ago, well, so let's try 10 days ago, you were 1 pound more than you are today. A pound of fat's about 350 or 3,500 calories, so that's on average about 350 calories per day that you've been burning from fat. Now, if you've kept track of your calories, let's say on average over the last 10 days, or let's just say if you counted up the entire 10 days, let's say you ate 16,500 calories. Well, that's 1,650 calories per day on average that you've eaten. So if you take this 1,650 calories a day that you've eaten, add them to the 350 calories of fat that you've burned per day, that's 2,000 calories per day. That tells you your metabolism. Let's suppose you want to lose, I don't know, a pound a week for 10 weeks so that you'll lose 10 pounds. Well, 3,500 calories per pound of fat, you're going to burn that in a week. Divide that by 7, that's 500 calories per day you need to burn of fat. So you subtract that from your 2,000 calories per day that you are burning, that's your metabolism, you know that you're going to eat 1,500 calories per day. That's the basic idea. It's just a spherical chicken, though, the way I've just put it. He tells you how to get a more accurate number to use for your weight 10 days ago and a more accurate number to use for your weight today than the weight that you happen to have when you got on the scale. That's my true weight column, you may remember from my spreadsheet. And I also want to tell you about a program called Diet Power. Now, Diet Power, for many, many, many years, was a program that you had to pay for. They made it free as of last December 2016. Now, Diet Power uses a different method to figure out what your metabolism is. First, you use it to count all your calories, and I use it to count my calories, even though I don't use it as my primary means to determine how many calories I should eat. But it is great for keeping track of calories, and I know of no other better method other than a program that was available on the HP 200LX long ago, and now that we're using phones, who would ever use an HP 200LX? Unfortunately, I have never found a good phone app. Not one that compares with a program like Diet Power, which is now free. Now, the way Diet Power works is it keeps track of your weight every day. You don't have to weigh every day either. That's okay. You should. You ought to. But if for some reason you need to run out the door in the morning and you didn't have time to weigh yourself, that's just fine. But you need to keep track of your calories every day. If you miss a day, it'll make some kind of an assumption. But you should track your calories every day. Diet Power is a great way to do that. And then what it does is it takes all your weights and then it uses what's called a least squares best fit line through all those weights to determine how many calories you are either burning or storing as fat on your body. Now, assuming you're going to be losing weight, your slope is going to be down on that line, and then it will use the slope of that line to determine how many calories from fat you're burning, and that knows how many calories that you're eating because it's how you're tracking your calories. It uses those two together to determine what your metabolism is. It also has your weight loss goal in there, so it will then use that to determine how many calories you should eat today. One interesting thing about both the Hacker's Diet and the way that the Diet Power figures out your weight is that every single day is a new diet. You've heard the expression, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Well, that is true in an even greater sense when it comes to these Diet Power programs, because every single day it uses the past to determine your metabolism, but that's it. From that point forward, it's your goal date, your goal weight, and what you weigh today, and then it recalculates every single day. It recalculates what your metabolism is, and it recalculates how many calories you can eat. So if you had a bad day, like for instance, yesterday, I had family in town, and I ate a lot of Chinese food. I don't know if I tracked the calories as well as I should have. I kind of think I may have eaten more than I actually got down here. It may have monosodium glutamate in it, I don't know, but my weight, as you can see on this graph, which I'll explain in a minute, shows it really went up on the scale from last night. I ate late at night, so the food had very little time to process. I didn't exactly use the toilets before weighing myself, right? All kinds of reasons why my weight would be up today. Now, let me explain this chart, by the way. When I enter my data into Diet Power, I enter my true weight. Now, true weight is something that you'll learn from the Hacker's Diet. It's the more accurate estimate of your weight for today, which screens out your water and food weight. And I enter that data into Diet Power, so I don't get much jumping around. But if I were to use the Diet Power method, putting my actual weight on the scale, you would see all this bouncing around of my weight, but then it would calculate this best fit line through that weight, which has a slope, which is how fast I'm losing weight. So my point is that your data won't look like mine if you just use Diet Power. Your data will look more like this. And I want to recommend Diet Power to everyone. It's now free. And you can go ahead and drink alcohol. It'll even keep track of your alcohol. You can use any kind of diet you want with it. You want a ketogenic diet, you want to use the Atkins diet, you want to use a grapefruit diet, whatever. You can enter it in. It'll work just fine. Or if you want to use the information that their nutritionists, when they built the program, they use nutritionists and doctors to come up with a healthy diet based on their ideas of what a healthy diet is. It'll actually tell you what foods you should be eating from either from what's just available in their database or based on the kind of things that you typically eat. It'll say you usually eat a lot of this and you could use some of this now. So it's a really good program. Excuse me for talking fast on this one. I just want to get through this one really quick today because I've got a lot to do. And that's it. I'm out. Now, if you would like to see the previous video in this series, it's up on the left. If you would like to see my most recent homebrew video, it's down on the left. And if you would like to subscribe, it's over to the right.